My biggest takeaway from Shaakuntalam is that Allu Arha, the 6-year-old daughter of Allu Arjun, is a natural born star. She comes into the film in the third act and brightens up the frame. But before we get there, we have to endure over 2 hours of soul-sapping tedium. Shaakuntalam is such a deadly cocktail of theatrical acting and synthetic visuals that barely anything rings true except Arha's outsized cuteness. The film is based on the play Abhijanana Shaakuntalam by Kalidasa. This classic love story has fascinated filmmakers for more than a century. The first film version was released in 1920. V. Shantaram made it twice, first as Shaakuntala in 1943 and then as Stree in 1961. The story has been adapted in Tamil, Malayalam, Assamese. In Telugu, it was made in 1966 with the legendary N.T. Rama Rao and B. Saroja Devi. But Shaakuntalam director Gunasekhar has an advantage over all these filmmakers: technology. We now have the VFX that can render the forests and palaces that this story requires. Moreover, Telugu cinema has a grand tradition of mythological cinema going back to the classic Maya Bazar. Shaakuntalam should have been a dazzling tale of dharma and karma, love and longing. Instead, it's a crashing bore.
इस शांतिपूर्ण तपोवन में मुझे अशांति का आभास हो रहा है.
In the Hindi dub at least, language is the first hurdle. Obviously, characters in a story from the Mahabharata cannot speak in contemporary lingo, but the vocabulary here veers between incomprehensible and unintentionally comical. Like in one scene when Shaakuntala confesses to her foster father that she and King Dushyant have had a Gandharv Vivah. She says, "हम दोनों के शरीर भी एक हो चुके हैं." When the king forgets her, a pregnant Shaakuntala is chased out of the kingdom with onlookers exclaiming, "न जाने कहां से कलंकित होकर आई है." As the king exclaims early in the film, मनुष्य से क्रूर जानवर इस सृष्टि में नहीं है. The actors Samantha Ruth Prabhu and Dev Mohan take their cues from the words. Both are intentionally contrived. This film rests on Samantha's shoulders, and it is thrilling to see such a big budget project being led by a woman. But the actor's last few outings have been as a powerhouse action queen in The Family Man Season 2 and Yashoda, or as that fabulously provocative dancer in Pushpa the Rise Part 1's Oo Antava, which makes it difficult for us to root for this version. Shaakuntala is naive, she's submissive. For most of the first half, she's either just scampering around with friends and animals in the forest, or she's falling in love with the king, or she's just pining for him. Perhaps the idea was to create a sort of dreamy Disney princess who symbolizes innocence, but the result is a character who is dramatically inert until the second half. In fact, Shaakuntala's two girlfriends, whose main job seems to be just to provide explanations, have more gumption than she does. Also, the film's archaic tonality is in direct contrast with Samantha's sculpted abs. Clearly, Shaakuntala worked out. The screenplay, written by Gunasekhar with dialogue by Sai Mahadev Bura, is chaotic. Exposition and backstories are rendered in animation. Action sequences come out of nowhere. In the forest, we see humans and animals living in complete harmony. The ashram even has a friendly tiger, and the parrots are chanting mantras. But then suddenly, animals get into a rage and attack a village, only so the film can introduce King Dushyant and establish his bravery. There's also a subplot about the Rakshasas who just keep attacking, but I was too distracted by their awful wigs to keep track of what their beef was. The same for the scenes in heaven, where Shaakuntala's mother, Menaka, keeps lamenting for her lost daughter. But she does this while wearing so much jewelry that I couldn't help thinking that she might be happier if she just dressed down. Incidentally, heaven has this tree with these roots suspended in the middle of a gigantic hall. The mix of unimpressive sets and sloppy VFX is heightened by the 3D. The film strains for jaw-dropping scale but barely delivers it. However, Shaakuntalam features something that I thought had become extinct: the Manjhi song. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the trope of the boatman singing a philosophical song, like O Manjhi Re Apna Kinara in Khushbu or Dur Hai Kinara in Saudagar. These songs were poignant pauses in the storytelling. Here too we have Prakash Raj as the Manjhi who gives us and Shaakuntala perspective on life. Shaakuntalam was pitched as mythology for millennials, but the storytelling is so rusty that it doesn't even land for us Gen Xers. You can see Shaakuntalam at a theatre near you. What did you guys think of Shaakuntalam? Tell me in the comments below and do subscribe to Reviews and More.